Hi everyone, this is my first video on how to deploy or install IP Office on VMware, or how to install Avaya IP Office with OVA. It's called Open Virtualization Application. Basically it is from the VMware, and if you need more information on OVA you can Google it and you will find a lot of information over there. So I'll use workstation 11. As you can see, I have VMware workstation 11. Yeah, okay, and I will use VMware workstation 11 to deploy IP Office OVA template, and I have already downloaded the OVA file, which I can show you over here. How does it look like? You can see this is the OVA file which I have downloaded from the Avaya official Avaya website, and we will use this template to deploy the IP Office. Right, so basically this is gonna be the IP Office Server Edition deployment, which will be installed on top of Linux operating system. During the installation I will show you which OS version it requires, and but the template, OVA template, which we're gonna use, it contains everything, the Linux and the software installation as well, so you don't need to worry about it. So let's start the tutorial with setting up the VMware. So let me give you some small requirement here. VM have, or this IP Office has some hardware or resources requirement, like 8 GB RAM, 4 processors, and minimum 40 GB hard drive with 2 network LAN. And of course, if you need different partition, more hardware or more hard disk, if you are planning to deploy the VM Pro with the Avaya contact recorder for IP phones recording. So, but since we are demonstrating for the lab only, we will use minimum resources, which should be enough for today. So I guess that's it. I will start the deployment with the VMware configuration. So let me just make a new virtual machine. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use the template. Hold on just a second. I think we need to, sorry, we're gonna open the, we have to open the, we're just gonna open the OVA file rather than making a new file or new VM. So I'll just go to File, Open, and now as you can see I can select this OVA file which is from the Avaya, and basically this is Avaya IP Office 9.1, the latest release. So I'm just gonna click Open, and we will leave the default location, and you can name it as Avaya VM IP Office. Click Import, and this may take little time. No, this was quick this time. I accept. Still it's gonna import. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pause the video for a while, and then I'll come back once it is ready. Okay, so after we import the template, as you can see our VM is ready to get started. But before that, I want to show you, this is the minimum or the maximum requirement he already configured for himself. Like as you can see, the total number of RAM, the processor, the hard drive, and the 2 network adapter cards. But as I said, this is just the demonstration. I'm gonna do some changes over here because right now I have less resources. So for the meantime, I'll just assign him 4 GB RAM, and rather than 4 processors, I'll go with the 2 only. And for the hard drive, we can go with the same one. It's not gonna make any difference on my machine. And make sure you have a bridge directly connected. I would do more changes here, but after the installation is done, I'll show you what exactly it is. So far so good. And now all we need to do is we're gonna turn on the machine. Just say the power on. And now this VM is now, as you can see, the Linux is booting. Still the Linux is going on. I may pause in between somewhere if it is taking too long, and definitely I'll resume it again. And yeah, it's going on. And I guess it is still checking the hard drive and all the hardware resources which we select for this deployment. It may go fast with you guys if you have 7 GB RAM for processors, but it's going slow with me because I have less resources at the moment. So it's still going on. You can ignore this message. We don't need to update the tools right now. So you can say remind me later. After some time it's going a little bit faster. Okay, it's unmounting file now. Couldn't catch what exactly it was there. Now it's gonna boot again. I'm sure it should not take that long with you if you have all 8 GB RAM and 4 processor. So now it's again booting the Linux, and it's taking quite some time. So while you're waiting for the Linux to be boot up or something, you can go to my Facebook page, in which you can find more videos, and you can go to my blog, which is pretty much useful for the people who are looking for the more resources on Avaya. And you can share with your friends, with your colleagues. Okay, let me just pause for a second Okay, now it's gonna continue. It's gonna generate some certificates. Regenerating keys for the root user. Now it's in the process of gonna reach somewhere. Looks good so far. Looks good. Starting the Tomcat manager. This is basically the web services to access the application. Here's the web manager. Looks nice. Web management is done. Here we go. IP office manager is already running. That's good. That's a good sign. You can ignore this message because I had this before. I'll figure it out. Why is it failed? Small such file or directory. I think this belongs. Oh yeah, this is something to do with the contact recorder. As you can see, it's off witness bin. This is like the contact recorder services. And I guess we are done here. So system has configured this IP and the port number is 7070. So let me just quickly connect the LAN so I can access the application. If I can see if I can access still for a while, and I'll come back. Okay, so I have already connected my laptop. So as you can see, I can access the page. This is IP Office Server Edition release 9.1. And first what we need to do is, as I can show you quickly, we are logged in as HTTPS, the IP address of the IPO, and 7071/login. So this is the login root, and the password is a capital administrator login. Okay, so this is basically the initial software or the IP office configuration. Since it is a OVA file, so it's gonna ask you the initial configuration here. So click I agree, click next. Right now we have only one server, which gonna do the primary server edition, which contains enable core application, 1x portal, and the voicemail pro. If you have the secondary server, you can quickly go there. You can select the server edition, secondary server edition, and if you have expansion, you can click on it. Or if you are only doing the application server, which has the VM Pro and the 1xx portal, you can select this one. So right now we'll go with the primary server edition. Click next. No hardware resources available, basically, so click next. Okay, so for me, I will leave it default because I already connected to this IP. But if you are in a real environment, or customer asks you to change the IP address of the IP office, you may change it over here, and then you can redirect, or you can relaunch the page with the new IP. Assign the gateway. Right now I'll keep it as it is, 42.1, and definitely if you have the DNS IP, you can change it. And here you can change the host name of IP office. So I'll go VM IPO, IP Office, VMware IP Office, and then looks good. We can go to the next page, next, and this you can use it if the customer has an NTP server available in locally in the LAN, but for me I'll just ignore that. And comparing, if you are using A law or U law, let's say we'll go with the U law. And yeah, a little tricky, you need to reset the passwords. Let me see if I can. No, you need to have a password. So right now, and make sure all three passwords should not match, or it should not have a default password. It won't allow you to continue. So I'm just gonna keep my passwords all three different. It should have minimum, I guess, 8 passwords, 8 characters, sorry. So you need to write down somewhere, you need to remember all these passwords. You should not miss all these 3 passwords. So yeah, we can continue. Oops, system password should not be a default one. Okay, did I configure the default one? Okay, let's go this way. I'll keep it something different. Next, yeah, that's good. So we'll say generate the new certificate. Click next. We should see, yeah, to prevent features, you can download the link in review settings. Yeah, we will get the certificate from the next page. Click OK. And for this one, you can click on this certificate. You can download. You can open the certificate if you want. No, I'll go with the next one. And yeah, you can see over here, you can install the certificate. Click next, finish. Yeah, all done, all looks good. And then you can apply. It may take approximately 10 to 15 minutes to finish the initialization. Okay, and you should see it will indicate that it will take like 8 minutes. So in my case it may take double, or it may go like 10-15 minutes. So just let me show you if that message comes up, or else I'll pause the video. I'll pause the video for a while. Yeah, you can see it saying it may take up to 8 minutes, which I'm sure it will take more. So we'll wait for a while. Okay guys, once it is done, it will redirect you to the page. In my case the IP was same, so it continued with the same IP. So if your IP is changed, you need to redirect to the new IP or access the new IP. So click continue, say yes, and it's loading the Avaya IP Office Web Manager. And again it is taking time, which, as you know, low hardware, and should not take much. Let's see how long it's gonna take. Okay, the loading is done. So let's see. Everything is good. I'm so bad in that. I think it was this password. No. No. Maybe this one. No. Let me figure it out. What was the password? Maybe I forgot myself. Hey guys, sorry for the delay. I don't know what's going on here, so let me quickly take you to the IP Office Manager. Okay, so this is basically the administration page, just to see where you can see the services. As you can see, we have the web manager running, we have OneX portal running, we have the voicemail running, we have the IP office running. So all looks good, your services are running. You can see the utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization. If you want to reboot or shut down your system, you can do it from here. There's a logs tab. You can see the logs, the sys events, and this is basically the debug log. If you want to download the logs, you can go to the logs download tab. This is like a update tab where we can see all the application and services are running. So this is your application is up to date, and here you should be able to see all these application services just installed. It's installed, not installed. You can see over here, the only thing right now, it's these two services are not running. Then you go to the settings, and you can play around with the settings like TCP ports, the TLS ports you can change, and the authentication, the certificate. These all are application settings. You can do whatever you want to do here as long as you are aware with the settings. And then you have this app, like you can download the TAPI client, the VM Pro client. Then you have the admin Lite, basically the IP Office administrator tool. And then of course, if you want to enable the VNC, you can start the VNC services. So this is from me to how to install the IP Office server edition on VMware with the OVF file. I hope you like the video. Please like, share, comment. If I have some mistake, if I have done some mistake, please do share your experience with me. Please comment on the video, comment on my blog, and I will really appreciate that. Thank you very much.